Moving is hard and house hunting is hard, and trying to shop for a house from a distance is some expert level stuff. But I got you. Hi, welcome back to another Coffee with Coleman, where we love to discuss Washington, D.C., business, real estate, all that good stuff. My name is John Coleman. I'm a real estate agent here in Washington, D.C. with the Jason Martin Group. Favor, if you could go ahead and relocate that mouse to the like button and just a little click, that would make me very happy. And additionally, if you like DC, learning about DC, all things DC, consider subscribing. I release videos each week, talk about all things DC and all things real estate. Cross-country moving is stressful. Mistakes can be made. One thing that is tried and true though is it's better to learn from other people's mistakes as opposed to making them yourselves. So we have tons of clients, friends, and families that have made their moves cross-country and bought houses in cities that they weren't living in. So we thought it'd be helpful for you to know some of the tips that we have around that. And our sample size is large. In the past year, we've had people from South Africa, Colorado, California, Michigan, Texas, Mulan, you name it. We've helped people from all over the globe relocate here to DC. So we know a little bit about what we're talking about of overcoming some of these obstacles and these heartaches and headaches that can be house shopping from afar. All right, here are my 7 tips. Tip number 1 is build a budget. Everything is gonna be more expensive when you're moving from afar. You gotta get plane tickets, you gotta get hotels, you might have to rent cars when you're here. Everything's just gonna be that much more expensive. And if you're trying to keep realistic on what you're gonna be spending, especially if you're gonna be buying a place, it's good to work in a budget for this process. So go ahead and do so, and that'll help you avoid some frustrations with money expenditures later. Tip number 2 is find your relocation expert agent. In my biased opinion, finding the right agent is always an important step, but finding someone that can guide you in the best and most comfortable way is going to be doubly important when you're not here. This person is going to be your boots on the ground, and trusting that they know what they are doing and acting in your best interest. I take the time to make sure that I'm picking the right person. Some of the things you're gonna wanna do is find out what their experience is. Have them share real life examples with you from out-of-staters that they've helped before. Also, ask them if they have a plan and a structure to help you move from A to Z and all of the pieces in between. All right, tip number 3, come chill. This is pretty important. If you haven't lived in DC before, trust me when I say your 8th grade class trip does not help you decipher where to live in this city. Getting feet on the pavement and candid conversations with me, your lender, friends, family are key here. Prior to your trip, we'll take time to talk about what you want in a home and start to figure out which parts of the city best align with what you want and which of those areas fits the budget for that. During your trip here, we're going to dedicate some time to exploring neighborhoods and some houses in those neighborhoods so you can really start to get a feel for these different areas. DC is made up of a lot of different sections of the city, and understanding the different vibes of those is gonna be helpful for you. Also, get into the mentality that you do not need to force a decision on your first trip. Yes, it would be cheaper to do so, but I don't want you to put pressure on yourself. But at the same time, allow yourself the opportunity to fall in love. If it happens, awesome. If it doesn't happen, you're still going to get a lot out of this first visit, learning the neighborhoods, some brunch spots, and just getting acclimated and feeling good and starting to build that relationship with your partners here on the ground. Tip number 4 is lender up. I've got plenty of content talking about the importance of a good lending partner. Since you're not around the area, I would get someone that is. They know the programs well. They know where to save money, and heck, they probably can give you some solid feedback on the city as well. I linked a video about how to choose a good one, and you can go ahead and watch that at your convenience. Tip number 5 is figure out the cost of living in the city. I've got a whole video dedicated to the fact that DC is expensive. Remember, it's not just houses that cost a lot here, it's literally everything. So if you're getting a nice little pay bump to come to the city, well, guess what? You're getting an expense bump too. Tip number 6 is get digital. There are many websites that you can use to find out more. Heck, you found a pretty good one right here on YouTube. If you agree, I know you can always go hit that like button, but there's other resources too. There's Facebook groups, next door, there's local blogs like Potville, that's a great one. And if you're looking for school stuff, niche and greatschools.org, those will start to get you immersed in some of the school data as well. But remember, what's a 6 in Colorado might not equate to what's a 6 in DC. So you're gonna have to do more research than just those websites. But immerse yourself in as much information as possible so you can start drawing your own conclusions. Tip number 7 is to start seeking your movers earlier. This isn't a job for a local mom and pop shop. You're gonna need someone that can not only pack up all your stuff, but deliver it far, far away, and it's pricey. So make sure to check to make sure that they can maybe even store your belongings for a period of time before delivery in case, we need to wait a couple extra days for closing. It's not always trucks too. These days, pods are super popular. They'll park a pod out in front of your house, they'll fill it up, they'll put it into a storage facility, and then they'll deliver the pod to your new location and you can unpack it from there. All right, DC is great. You're gonna love it here. Trust me. We're full of great food, healthy-ish lifestyles, lots of activities, museums, things to do, trails. There's so much to explore, and we can't wait to share that all with you. All right, so what did I miss? Put it in the comments. I'd love to share with you other great things going on around DC, including some of my favorite restaurants. So thanks again for stopping by another Coffee with Coleman. Peace.